you to do is introduce yourself, Coach.
I'm Coach Seth Wilber from Zumwalt East High School.
I'm out here visiting the Lions practice. The reason I came out, I saw you guys are doing concussion testing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, our school, we use ImPACT concussion testing. It's just a tool for us to kind of gather baseline brain activity for the girls and the boys soccer players, so that way when they do get a concussion, we have some objective test that kind of takes the power out of the athlete telling us that their headaches are gone or that their symptoms are gone. So we had that as kind of a backup to start treating the players more like patients, which they should be at that point in time.
You mentioned a school-wide thing.
Yeah, it's we originally started with just football players and cheerleaders, but we kind of, we're very focused on getting it for our soccer players because we know it's a big problem in soccer as well, going up for head balls, heads hitting the turf now. So they expanded it in Fort Zumwalt to include, I believe, soccer, wrestling, and basketball this year as well.
Okay, so what I was watching them do earlier then was sort of a pre-test. Essentially, you're establishing a baseline, I understand?
Yes, they have all kinds of cognitive tests, like memory tests, all kinds of brain teasers that just kind of gives the trainers and the doctor who our kids use, it gives them an opportunity to have some information to judge their decisions based on when the kids can start their return to play process, which is, we should be familiar with it, which is their 7 days back to activity, which is symptom-free, obviously.
Which goes to the issue you've got as a coach. How do you, one, identify where it's happened, and two, when they can get back at it?
Yeah, any kind of head knock in Zumwalt, we take pretty seriously. So any kid that gets a head knock from us in a game, we get them immediately evaluated by our trainer. At that point in time, the trainer kind of advises us, yes, you can put them back in, no, you can't put them back in. If they can't go back in, we typically refer them to the doctor who coordinates this program with Excel.
Excel meaning the therapy folks.
Yeah, Excel Sports and Physical Therapy.
I don't want to think about spreadsheets at this point.
And those results are used by that doctor from the baseline test. That doctor can pull it up, look at how the brain was functioning before ImPACT, and look at how it was functioning after ImPACT.
How long has the school been doing it now?
I want to say it's been 3 or 4 years for the district, for district-wide. For soccer, it's just been, I believe we're on season 3 for it, for boys and girls.
Can you point to a particular story where it made a direct impact, where you've identified a problem?
Yeah, I believe we've had 2 boys in the past who actually have, kind of had their symptoms gone, but their baseline testing wasn't quite right yet. So their 7 days of return to play couldn't begin until that baseline test started getting closer to what was normal for their brain function.
Okay, because that's a MISHA standard now. The MISHA is saying there has to be a waiting time, etc., and this now gives you a statistically a less subjective measure of how well the boys or girls are doing.
Oh yeah, and I believe what MISHA is doing is probably the right thing at this point in time, just with all the new information that's coming out and how new the research is. Yeah. So yeah, MISHA puts it out. We have the 7 days return to play. The kids have to be symptom free, and part of that information that they use is that ImPACT test. So it's nice to have,
that baseline.
Yep, it's nice to have a second test done that the kids can't tell you, yeah, I'm good,
I'm fine, right?
My headaches are gone, I'm not sensitive to light anymore, I'm not dizzy, I promise. And then they go and take that test, and that'll tell them something different.
Well, thanks, Coach. It looks like a wonderful program. I appreciate taking your time. How are the Lions going to look this year?
We're looking pretty good for 2013. We're testing ourselves this year with a lot tougher schedule because we know we do have a really good freshman and sophomore class, so we want to get them geared up. Looking forward to that senior year. We have a great group of senior girls that came back, as you saw. Danielle Schmitz, Janie Booth, Miranda Huebner, Riley Kerr. Those girls are going to have an excellent season, and we're strong in the goal, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, very, very, very exciting.
Well, I look forward to seeing them live on the pitch.
All right,
thanks,
well, good
Coach.
deal. Thank you. Thanks.